Hello there, and welcome back to War Thunder. For your pleasure today, I'm playing the Italian Vampire FB52A, and with this plane I tried to research the CL13 Mark IV, while I also want to spade this plane, and I really enjoy this. In good tradition, this is actually the first battle that I played in this jet overall, and it's been a while since I played a Vampire, the British that is. Well, it's been the first time in years that I touched one of those planes. Not because they're bad, but, you know, new patches, new content, other stuff. And so I also want to raise the question today, is this a talisman candidate? Is this a better grinding machine, RP-wise, than the G.91 R? So let me just get you into this. This plane has 4 Hispano cannons that are mounted at the bottom of the fuselage, Hispano Mark Vs, 600 rounds, 150 per gun, and I use also the air belt, the air target belt, that has 1 tracer and 4 high explosive shells of various different designations. And I myself find it really effective. So yeah, as you could see, I had the first kill here with a pallet snap. That's just what Hispanos do the best. You have to get used a little bit to Hispanos if you're not knowing what I'm talking about. And I also think that the air target belt is a fair compromise. It's better than the stealth belt and also the ground target belt or the default belt, whatever. So with that in mind, you also could have some ground pounding ordnance. This plane, as I said, is still stock, and the old remaining question is, should you get a talisman on a rank 5 jet, or should you purchase yourself the G.91 R? Now, the reasons for a talisman are the following. It is significantly cheaper. You can also quickly grind or stop grind the Vampire significantly faster than without it, and you also get an additional grind progress bonus to the CL13 Mark IV, and also you can then research the G.91 YS, F86K, etc. And I think when we talk about the G.91 R, my experience in this jet were not the greatest. The plane looks awesome. The plane has 4 air-to-air missiles. It has 50 cals. It looks really good. Have I mentioned this? But the performance is not really competitive when you fight Hunters, when you fight MiG-17s. They just have so much more energy, you barely can turn around to just simply fire the air-to-air missiles, of which you have 4. However, they are really easy to dodge, and to get into position to really make the most out of this, that's not really that easy, and very often you cannot even fire successfully 1 missile. So this is something that you have to keep in mind. Whereas this plane fights in a meta where gun firepower is still the king, where you rarely need any sort of air-to-air carrying plane, except I think the German Premium, if I'm not mistaken, at 8.0. But yeah, this is also one of those things. I rarely see up tiers. And while this plane is not the fastest either, and also doesn't really have the very best of climb rates, etc., it still works for me personally. And this is then where I have to say, while I get more and more experience in jets, and I had some nice battles after this one with this plane as well, I think this plane works for me. The question is, does it work for you? What do you guys think about the Vampire series? And what do you think about the G.91? And what do you think is really worth it? Getting a talisman on this, or invest more money in the G.91 R? And if I'm just misplaying the G.91 R, of which you will see a video soon after I have probably talked about the all-present awareness of the new patch. Viking Fury is upon us, and it is there to stay. And a lot of new content, new maps, big big fuck-ups. Bug fixes, probably the same, because we're talking about Gaijin. So while you probably are watching this video, you also should download the new patch. It is promising for all 3 sorts of playstyles: tanks, ships, and planes get new stuff. And especially I'm excited about to look at high tier tank battles without the helicopter spam right from the start. How people will adopt to not be able to spawn helicopters with air-to-air missiles right from the start, how it will turn out with the new British heavy cruisers, what we'll see in the skies of War Thunder, that all has to be seen. I cannot foresee the future. This is probably the last day of the patch. I still desperately try to grind some civil lines to just be able to do what I do best, and that is present you the stuff. So, the Vampire. It is a plane that looks odd with its current elevator loadout. It is more a turn fighter. It has limited ground pounding potential, and still I love to turn fight. Here, this looks like a very stupid move, but it is intentional, because he thought that he has baited me, so I followed him up for him to make sure to stall out, and then he wanted to probably do some sort of hammerhead maneuver, but I had now the opportunity to get out there and return to the airfield with only 2 minutes of fuel remaining, and indeed the ME-262 to get in and finish off the pesky Vampire on my tail. And indeed, as we can see by the smoke trail, he hit him. Not a lethal hit, not yet. Actually, in a few seconds he will finish him off, but I will make it short. I will return to the airfield successfully, and then I will cut out probably 7 minutes of repairing, rearming, refueling, and climbing back to the skies, and then watching out for the last 2 remaining enemies. I found one on the enemy airfield. It was actually the top leader of the enemy with already 2 kills. I knew from previous engagements that he is in the A2D, and that is a powerful aircraft. I am at a decent altitude of 3,000 meters, and he's just taking off. Where the second guy is, I don't know. I communicated the entire time with my team, as you could see in chat, and while I didn't get the response in terms of chat interaction, I had enough success with my team so that I was satisfied. So I cut here the engine, and I now want to let gravity do the work. Maybe my approach is silent enough, but he seems to be good enough of a player to see me. He drops the bombs, and I just pull straight up as he turns into me. And while my pilot has here severe difficulties to stay awake. Why? Because again I cheaped out on the pilot, you know, just to save even more civil lines for that few battles that I played in this plane. And we get a good strike into him, and that's kill number 4. Good stuff, good stuff. So where is the last enemy? Somebody fires up a blunt hunt order in just a moment, and then the last enemy will bomb our airfield and then die or succumb to flak, and that is battle. So the experience in the G.91 was really, really bad. I tried my best. Yes, I had a few good battles here and there, but they were all down to the enemy misplaying, not being aware of me sneaking up on somebody, interacting with the furball, turn fighting rather than boom and zooming, because the plane just simply is not fast enough. It doesn't have the engine power, and you might have a bit better performance without the air-to-air missiles, but then you have no air-to-air missiles. It's still a very much cold pizza for me. So this is why I go through the trouble of exploring other jets, try to make them work, and just simply play with them. And there are so many jets that I have not visited or revisited in years. So while this was not the most spectacular battle, I think it was a nice one to watch. And I hope that now you enjoy the patch. Quick look at the post-battle results. And this is without a talisman, 24,000 RP because of a 75% booster, and also then together with those 15,000 civil lines, overall 87,000 civil lines. Good result right there, really liked it. And as you could see in just a few moments, this plane is not even fully upgraded. That's it for me today. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a like if you did, subscribe if you want to see more, and we'll see each other on the battlefields, on the waves, and in the skies of War Thunder.